Hey, good morning. It's Delicia, Cigar Vixen, and we're on day number 3 here in beautiful Esteli. We're getting ready to take a factory tour of Drew Estate. We've been very fortunate enough to spend a lot of time here at their beautiful lounge and outdoor patio, just really being spoiled with the best food and cigars and rum and Toña beer. We're just having a blast. So today we're going to take you on a little tour, show you how things are done here at Drew Estate, and I hope you enjoy.
So we buy tobacco again from the States, from Mexico, from the Dominican Republic, from Cuba, from Honduras, from Nicaragua, from Ecuador, from Peru, from Brazil, and Turkey, and from all of those places you got maybe 6 or 7 different type of tobaccos.
So we're inside the storage room here at Drew Estate, and apparently they have about 14,000 bales of tobacco sitting here aging and ready to go. About $12 million worth of tobacco. Just amazing. And you can see all the different labels, a variety, to say the least, of different types of tobacco ready to blend. And this is about 2 years worth of tobacco that they could sustain if they decided to stop buying tobacco right now. They could still make them for about 2 years. So pretty impressive. So we're in the room where they're sorting the classification. This one happens to be all the wrapper, and this is off of a stock cut. This is the T52, and this is the actual ligero leaf, and this is a seco. So you can notice on the difference on the size. This ligero leaf is much larger, and the seco is a lot smaller. If you could feel this right now, you would feel that the ligero is a lot thicker, has more oils on it as well, and the seco is very thin. So as he was explaining, when they do the fermentation process, you want to make sure that you have them separated because they have different times in the fermentation, or else you would lose the pliability if you overcook it, basically. So just wanted to show you that. Very cool. So they're making us work here, and we're having to sort the quality to select which ones would be used in the cigars and which ones would be discarded. So again, if you see something like this with all these holes, no good. What you want to have is something more like this one. You could probably salvage. So now we're in the area where they call the pilones, and this is where the tobacco is fermented naturally by temperature. Their process here is they, build the pallets, they have the tobacco lined up, and then they're constantly checking the temperature daily and documenting that. And once it hits, depending on the type of tobacco, it's a little bit different on the temperatures. Then they take it apart, rebuild it, shake out the tobacco, get some airflow in there, and basically this process, depending on the position of the leaf, so whether it was seco, viso, or ligero, it's going to be here anywhere from 1 to 3 years fermenting. Again, all naturally, no chemicals in that process. So pretty cool information. So we just finished the tour of the pre-production side of things, and shortly we'll be going over to the other side and watching how things are put together and rolled, and we'll be sure to fill you in on that process as well. So we're getting ready to enter the rolling room and see how the cigars are made here at Drew Estate. We just had the pleasure of meeting the CFO of the company, Mr. Rene Torres, which was a real pleasure. And we're going to take you inside to check this side of things out. So, enjoy. That is especially made for the Liga Privadas, and on this area you see only the men rolling just the filler and the binder, and over to my left there's a separate room where only females are allowed. It's very temperature controlled, and it's where the wrapper is placed for the Liga 9 and the T52 as well, because it's very delicate wrapper. And so that's a very different process that they use here. Right now we just are smoking an unfinished Liga, fresh from the table, and still tastes amazing. So we're going to take you over to show you the barrel flying pig and how that one's made. So there's one roller in the whole entire factory that makes the Pharrell flying pig, and he has worked for the company for 15 years. So now there's a better understanding as to why that cigar is so special and why it is a limited production. And this gentleman to my right is the one rolling that fabulous cigar. So inside of this room is where all the wrappers are placed. Very special for all of the Liga line. The Unico Chile, the Liga Privada 9 and T52, as well as the Nica and the Papas Fritas. And the reason being is, again, the wrapper on those particular cigars are very delicate. And in this room, the temperature is very controlled. In fact, it's kind of cold in here. It's air conditioned, and again, very delicate touch is required to wrap that special cigar. So if you noticed earlier when we took you into the storage facility, you noticed that the tobacco was in the storage bins. And from there it comes here, and they actually use the purified water that have been soaked with the veins from the tobacco leaves, and they wet them down, and that's a day prior to them going over to the females that devein the leaves, and it causes them to be more pliable. As you can kind of see, the leaves as they come out of the bundles are very dry and you can't work with them. Of course, that's why they wet them down, and that way they're a lot more flexible and they don't damage the leaf. So in the other room that we were just in, the ladies are there separating, deveining, again checking the quality of the leaf and separating them by size. So quite the process. So we're here inside one of 4 of the cold rooms. The cigars are brought here after all the final production. They're put in bundles and they're stored here for about 3 months or so, and again resting and kind of marrying all the final components and the flavors together. Just an amazing process. In this room alone there's about 1.8 million cigars, and again this is one of 4 rooms, so just an incredible amount of cigars that are here, almost ready to smoke. So again, I hope you can appreciate the process that goes into making these amazing cigars that we all love. So we concluded our amazing factory tour here at Drew Estate with a really fun session of blending. Just a nice presentation, very thorough, a lot of different tobacco choices. We had a chance to light them up and smell the aroma that they gave off, and then really pick and choose our own blends. Our tour guide, Henry, was kind enough to roll them for us, and we've been smoking them and critiquing ourselves, and it's been a really great experience here, visiting this elaborate factory here at Drew Estate and really getting a feel for kind of the inside of things and how their operations are run, how their employees are, how they're treated, with so many things, from just how clean the factory is, how happy everybody looks. And something that stood out to me was really the new medical facility that they've provided for their employees. They provide free medical, just really something that's very nice, a nice added touch. So I hope you've enjoyed watching some of the fun stuff that's gone on here, and I hope to see you next time on our next safari. And thanks for watching.